That mysterious plane crash. Take a look at the wreckage in Egypt's Sinai Desert right now. All 224 people on board were killed. Investigators on the scene as top executives from the airline are ruling out plane failure, ruling out pilot error, and the Russian government is not ruling out terrorism. ABC's Alex Marquardt is in Egypt with the latest. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, George. The executives of this airline, Metrojet, gave a press conference just a short time ago in Moscow and said that this plane, an Airbus 321, was mechanically in good shape and that the causes of this crash could only be due to what they called external forces.
Early this morning, a plane landing in Russia's St. Petersburg, carrying the bodies of many of the 224 who died in the crash. Investigators today are sifting through the charred wreckage of the Metrojet airliner, strewn across 8 square miles of barren desert. This as this morning, airline officials insisting to reporters there was nothing wrong with the plane, that pilots could only lose control because of a mechanical impact. Russia's top aviation official, meanwhile, says it's too early to know.
Looking at the tail section sitting alone in the desert is very telling. If that came off first, then the question is, was it a bomb or was it structural failure?
The flight took off from Sharm el-Sheikh just before 6 a.m. on Saturday, smiling families posting photos as they boarded to go home. Over the next 20 minutes, the plane rose to 31,000 feet. Then, data shows that it climbed and descended quickly several times, slowing to just 71 miles an hour before contact was lost. Egyptian officials say there was no distress call. An ISIS-linked group quickly claimed responsibility, but intelligence officials say they don't have the missiles to shoot down a plane that high. And the ex-wife of the co-pilot told Russian TV that he regularly complained about the technical state of the aircraft, including on the morning of the flight. Back in St. Petersburg this morning, anguished families like these parents of a 29-year-old who died, now going to the morgue to try to identify loved ones.
Russia says the recovery efforts at the crash site will end today. The black boxes have been recovered. They're in good shape. We're told that they've been sent to Cairo for analysis. The best hope of shedding some light on how this tragedy unfolded. Robin?
All right, Alex, thank you. We're going to bring in ABC News aviation consultant Steve Ganyard. Steve, you heard in Alex's report, external forces. That's what officials are saying. What do you think caused this to happen?
Robert, I think at this point we can't rule anything out, but for an airplane to just come apart in midair for no good reason is why this is such a mystery. There are a couple things we can look at. We could say perhaps it was a bomb that made the airplane come apart, or perhaps it was some unknown structural failure where the airplane just came apart. But right now we don't have any evidence that points us one way or the other.
You also heard from Alex saying that the black boxes, and usually that's a great sign to recover them, but you're saying they may not point to what happened, and it's more of the investigators looking at the pattern of the wreckage?
Yeah, Robin, you remember when we talked about this in the past, we're always saying let's find the black boxes because the black box will have all the answers. This airplane came apart instantaneously, so there may not be any data that would be appropriate or would show us what really happened on those black boxes. I think what they're going to do now is they're going to shift to the debris that's on the desert floor, and they'll look for the clues, and the real answers will be there on what the wreckage shows us.
Hopefully so, Steve. Thank you.